What is going on, guys? It's Mr. Creatine, and I'm sorry for not uploading the past 2 weeks. I was waiting for this microphone to get here because I really was not liking how the audio in my past two videos have sounded, and now with this new microphone, I think that hopefully they'll sound much, much better. I already like how the audio has sounded with the tests I've run so far, and yeah, also before we get into today's story time, I would like to say that we got up to 70 subscribers, and I always love seeing that number go up, and I'm just going to keep pushing out content for you guys, making good videos. Well, what I'd like to say is good videos, and yeah, just drop a like, comment, maybe subscribe, and let's get into today's story time. It's back from the good old 2022, so I would have been in 10th grade at the time, and to give like a little more context to the story, probably like a few days before the actual day of the story, on like a Tuesday or a Monday, my one buddy, who we'll just call Logan, he had hit me up and he was like, "Yo, Mr. Creatine, do you want to go to the movies on like?" It was a weekend, like probably a Friday or Saturday. He's like, "I'm going with my girlfriend, like my brother, and just like a bunch of other people." Like he had a pretty decently sized group that he was going with, and I was like, "Sure, what movie?" And he told me it was a Violent Night. And if you don't know what Violent Night is, it's essentially David Harbour is Santa Claus, and he kills a bunch of bad guys. And I was like, "Okay, that's cool, bet." And I was like, "Can I bring anybody?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't really give a fuck." And I was like, "All right, bet." And then the rest of the week, like leading up to the day of the story, just consisted of me like getting or trying to get a bunch of people to go to the movies with me, which I eventually got two people at least to agree before the day of this trip, and that was my buddy, who we'll just call Davis, and the person I was dating at the time, who was the same girl from the other movie theater story I told, which should really say something about me. But anyway, let's just fast forward to the day of this story. It was like early afternoon at the time, and the movie wasn't like till a little while later. I think at least like a 9 o'clock to 9:30 ish showing starting time. And my buddy Davis hit me up, basically just asked when to come over. I was like, honestly, just as soon as possible. I'm trying to hang out. I'm bored. And he's like, honestly, can I just stay over tonight? And I was like, yeah, I don't fucking care. I'm always down to hang out with you, which was a very true statement. Like, Davis was one of the only people I really was hanging out with at the time, and was also one of the only people I would like smoke with and just do fuck shit with at the time. So I was always down to just have dude over at my house. And he essentially took that information, relayed it to his mom, asked his mom. She essentially didn't care either. And within like an hour, Davis got dropped off at my house with all of his belongings with him. And the second Davis got to my house, we just started hanging out, being fucking animals, just doing fuck shit. We weren't smoking because of the fact that we wanted to be like somewhat sober when we went out into public, but like Davis was ripping his vape the entire time while we were hanging out, and we were just both being, fucked individuals. And eventually it's starting to get like closer to the time of going to the movie, and I'm talking to my girlfriend. Obviously, I don't remember what I called her in the other story. I think I called her like, we'll just go with Mary. Mary sounds right. But yeah, Mary hits me up and she's like, "Hey, you guys are still gonna like pick me up on the way to the movies, right? Because we were just gonna pick her up on the way. My mom was gonna drive us all over, because I was the 15-year-old getting chauffeured around by my mom. It was the shit." And um I was like, "Yeah, it's still happening. We'll come around at like 8:30, 8:45 to go over to the movies, because the movie theater we were going to wasn't the same as the other one. That one got shut down at the time. Actually, I don't know if it was shut down or not. It got shut down at some point, but I just know we were going to this like different movie theater that was like 20 minutes away for some reason. And we basically just like confirmed that plan. And I told her that we would be over there to pick her up here soon. So then me and Davis started getting ready for our little movie theater trip. We wanted to be the most presentable possible for this trip. And then my older brother, who I think was like 19 at the time, came over, started talking to us, because we didn't share rooms anymore at this point. And just wait till I tell stories about us sharing rooms. It was a real time. But Anyway, he came up to us, he started talking to us, asking what we were doing, and we basically explained to him we're going to the movies with a bunch of fucking people, and he's like, I'm not doing anything tonight. You care if I go, if I pay for myself? I was like, yeah, I don't fucking give a shit. Ask mom if there's room in the car, because she's the one who's driving, and he basically went, just talked to our mom. There was room in the car, and we had added another person to our little movie theater roster, so eventually it comes to that time to where we're ready to leave and go to the movies. And so, we all pile into the car and we first traverse over to Mary's house to go pick her up. And after we are done picking Mary up from her house, we traverse over to the local 7-Eleven to fill up on gas. And then it was basically just smooth sailing to the movie theater from there. I'd let Logan know we were on the way, and then we just took the and eventually we got to the theater, and Logan and his little group had already been there. They had about like 5 people, so in total we had a group of 9 people going to see this fucking Santa Claus movie, and we all went inside to go buy our tickets. We're being loud as fuck, just complete degenerates the entire time we're waiting to go get tickets. And I think I had gotten my tickets like pretty early, at least with Mary, because me and her had spent like I think a few minutes playing this claw machine and winning like a bunch of these fucking rubber ducks because they had a rubber duck claw machine for some reason. And then eventually, after just winning a unnecessary amount of ducks, we all proceeded to go into the theater. We all went up to a top row. Besides my older brother and Davis, they both like sat away from us for some reason, which I guess I can understand not wanting to be around like a big group of people. Well, that's why we all fucking went to see this movie together. And the way we had like sat up at this top row, we were in like probably the middle, I would say. It was Logan's girlfriend, Logan, me, Mary, an empty seat, and then like just the line of the rest of Logan's group going down. And before we all like sat down in our seats, one of the people in Logan's little group, who we'll just call Connor, and me and Connor, like, we never really were close or talked that much, but he was a bit of a jokester and like just like to fuck around. And he looked at me and Mary, he's like, you guys might want this, and he just threw a fucking blanket at us. I don't know if he like brought this blanket just to fuck around with us, because personally I'm not like bringing a blanket to the movies to then let one of the couples use for God knows what, which is very subtle foreshadowing, by the way. But yeah, I'm not letting any couple do God knows what with one of my personal blankets at the movie theater. But anyway, we proceeded to start the movie, and we had the blanket over us. I was sitting next to my good buddy Logan, and we just start watching Santa Claus massacre people. Like, it was a very bloody and violent film, and just as the movie is going on, me and Mary start getting like more touchy with each other. And I'm just gonna say this now: don't go getting frisky with one of your partners or girlfriends or ex-girlfriends in a fucking movie theater. That's a public setting, and you just don't need to be doing it in there. And don't do it because you've watched one of my videos especially. But yeah, just we started getting more touchy with each other, doing what couples do. And eventually the blanket starts getting put to use, hence the title of this video. I think you can guess that Mary started essentially giving me head under the blanket while I was sitting next to my good pal Logan, and it was very awkward experience, to say the least. I wasn't exactly expecting this to go down, or I wouldn't have sat directly next to one of my closer friends at the time. But yeah, we'll fast forward past the head, and she finishes up doing that, and had to go to the bathroom, I'm not gonna lie. So I got up, I asked if she wanted to like go with me, maybe play the duck claw machine game a little bit, and she said yeah, because she didn't want to like be there without me with a bunch of people she didn't know, which was understandable. So we both walked through the theater out to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom, and went back out there, and we proceeded to spend 5 minutes playing the claw machine duck game, like I said. And then we went back into the theater. It was like probably an hour and a half into the movie at this point, and I sit back down next to Logan, and he starts fucking cracking jokes towards me. Like, he starts saying like, "What did y'all go down and pay a visit to the family bathroom?" Because the theater had a family bathroom, and I was like, "What the fuck is the matter with you?" And we both just start laughing, and eventually the movie finishes up, and we all just go out and wait for our rides to all come pick us up, and we're all just kind of dicking around in the parking lot. They're all passing the vapes around Davis and like I think 6 other people that vaped there. And eventually, I don't even know who picked fucking Logan up, but my mom picked me, Mary, my brother, and Davis up, dropped Mary off. Then me and Davis went back to my house with my older brother, and we filmed a very fucked TikTok, which I'm sure you guys will probably see someday after I face reveal. Just definitely not today. And we proceeded to basically just smoke the rest of the night, and we watched Full Metal Jacket, I think, too, which very good film, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's story time. I was finally really glad to be making another video again today. I fucking hated not uploading the past 2 weeks, but if you guys like today's story time, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what other kinds of stories you guys want to see in the future. I want to try and get up to at least like 1 or 2 videos a week, or at least one video and maybe live stream over the weekend. Just a nice constant schedule and consistent schedule so I can keep giving you guys content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.